Hey there everybody. For this week's video, I wanted to splice together a little bit of a taste of the experimentation I've been doing with online interactive experiences using Zoom. So trying to take the tours that we've been doing for the last 13 years, 14 years, it's a long time, in the real world, in Cape Town, Johannesburg, and more recently we had started to partner up and experiment with Kigali and Nairobi. Obviously, with tourism coming to a standstill around the world, none of that is possible. And so I've been experimenting with taking tours online. And I wanted to give you a little flavor using some material that we have generated in the last week from doing some experiments. So this session was centered around John Bauer. And I've just pulled a little bit out of the session to give you a taste. If you know anything about the history of South Africa and the history of Cape Town in particular, then you'll know that Newlands is a very important site of forced removal. So black and colored citizens were forcibly removed from their homes in Newlands and moved out to the Cape Flats, which is the area that I've enlarged in here, where you can see Guguletu, Philippi, Delft, Blue Downs, Langa, etc. So it's a place that's full of pain, Newlands, although it's very beautiful. It's got the botanical gardens there. So it's a really, really major tourism destination in Cape Town. And we don't talk about the pain of the place very much, but Newlands was a place of forced removals, like District 6 was. And it's also home to the Montebello Design Center, which is where John Bauer has his studio. And so John has arrived. Welcome, John.
Hi, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for welcoming me.
You're welcome.
Hey, John.
Hi, Johannes. Wow, great beard.
Your beard is even more impressive than mine.
We also have Hagen, who's
Hagen.
situated in Germany at the moment.
Hi, mate. Nice to meet you.
Great. Good
And
meeting you, Hagen.
Maureen, quiet over there in Nairobi.
How are you, everyone? Thank you as well, Ian, and to John as well.
So on your screen now, you're seeing Hafsa on the right and David on the left.
Hello.
They are in England.
Hello.
How was your lockdown?
Oh, yeah, it's a bright sunny day and we wish we could be out there.
And then after this little round of introductions, we went straight into John, who did a presentation of a whole lot of the ceramic tiles that he has been working on.
I really do overwork and really try and get the best possible results. And so, I mean, every single tile, by the end of it, we select out the very, very best of the best. And so this is the fin of a turtle that I picked up on Sea Point Beach after a storm. This here is an elephant. There's the Mandela 5 Rand coin. I don't know if you guys can see Mandela's face on that. But that's the Mandela 5 Rand coin. And so you can see, if I take this and this, you can see with these two pieces, the original I've used twice here. And then I think that this one is richer and nicer than this one. So then this one would become one that would then maybe go on a building in the city, or would go into my studio shop. And it's yeah, I know it sounds inefficient to make so many more than are required, but yeah, when you're sending something overseas, it's such an honor when somebody from overseas, because in every country there's more than enough artists, and so if somebody from another country is ordering something, you really want it to be a best, very, very best piece.
Yeah, and so there you go. There's a little flavor. The idea is that we would be able to offer conversations as well as concerts, and the conversations would be something like this with an artist, a storyteller, a writer, somebody doing something interesting where there's a high degree of the visual because what we've realized is that we need a good combination of talking heads and point of view. The one thing that we really want to achieve is not simply that we try and replicate these physical world experiences online, but use the online for what it is that they can really offer that the physical world can't. And one of the key things that the online can offer is point of view. The other thing that they can really offer is we're all in our homes, whereas with regular tourism, everybody is at one place and it's all about the person that you're visiting. In this model, suddenly, we can get a sense of everybody's place, everybody's intimate environment, whether if you want to share it, if not, fine. But it adds a new level of engagement and a new level of intimacy, which isn't possible in the physical world. So somehow we're divided by geography, distance, and internet connection, and yet there's the opportunity for a higher level of intimacy somehow, and I think that's a really interesting idea to play with. Thank you. See you later. And this is the little studio setup that I've created in order to make this possible. So we have an iPhone as a virtual webcam connected above the screen, and then we've got a turntable and a CD player and a Mac Mini plugged in there so I can get all those different feeds into the mix. And then we've got a small Tivoli hi-fi. And so the idea is that we can also play some records and some CDs and really do a beautiful presentation online.